Hi everyone, welcome to the Geniuses Corner. I am Tuta Katleho, a life sciences as well as geography tutor. So today we will be covering something that is very important. I'll be sharing some essential tips that are going to be able to help you ace your matric exams. Even if you're not a matric learner or student, you can still tune in on this video and watch it up until the end. So whether you are actually feeling stressed or you're just looking out for some of the ways to be able to improve some of your study habits, I have got you covered. So let us dive right in. So tip number one, and this one is like the most important tip and the most well-known one, doing past papers, right? So it's very much important for you as a matric learner, or even if you are in the lower grades, to actually familiarize yourself with past exam questions. This approach would not only help you to familiarize yourself with some of the exam format or the content, but it also will help you to be able to identify some of your strengths as some of your weaknesses in each section as you're covering them as you go along, right? And as you're focusing on each section, you will be able to build up your confidence as you progress, make some changes, and finally be able to master each part. And for this one, this is very much important for you guys to actually be able to do. So tip number two, and this one is also very much important, and I would love to also emphasize on it: studying in advance. We know that procrastination is actually a thing. People procrastinate, they wait up until the last minute in order for them to start studying, which is very much bad, because by the time you're rushing through the content, you're not really understanding anything. And people use the CPF method rather, whereby it's cram, pass and forget. That is not a good thing. So starting early will actually give you some time to be able to absorb the material and practice as much as you can, and also ask questions whereby you need some clarity. If you wait up until the last minute, obviously you won't be able to get some clarity on some of the things that you feel like you need some clarity on. So another thing is that our aim is to actually breaking our study sessions into manageable chunks so that you will be more prepared by the time the exam starts or arrives. And it goes back to what I said in the previous tip. Obviously, it builds up your confidence as well. As you're walking into the exam, you know that I have studied as much as I can, I have practiced, I have clarity on everything that I came across as I was doing my question papers or as I was doing my content. I have asked questions and I feel like, okay, I am ready. It builds up your confidence as you will be able to really manage your stress levels, or even be calm as they give you the question paper, as they're handing out the question paper. So study in advance. Don't wait up until the last minute. It's going to give you some burnout, some serious burnout. So tip number three, and for tip number three, my advice is that get a tutor. Getting a tutor will make a huge difference in your life, in a way that you will see that you will be able to really have some extra support and really nice, effective study sessions whereby you're practicing questions, you're learning content, you're getting clarity on some of the things that you feel like you really did not really have that much ability to grasp on your own. So getting a tutor would be very much good, and I recommend that you sign up for one here at the Geniuses Corner. We actually offer some personalized attention, and we can also help in clarifying difficult concepts and also making your study sessions to be much more effective, whereby you do not procrastinate. If you know that you have a tutor, you will be there and they will be explaining explaining these concepts to you, making it easier for you, and we also can give you some exam tips on how to approach certain questions, what not to say in the questions, and what to write in the questions, because there's so much content. You can not just approach a question by writing a whole paragraph whereby it's like 2 marks and all those things. So get yourself a tutor here at the Geniuses Corner, and I promise you it will be worthwhile and it will make such a huge difference in your study sessions. So now we come to tip number 4, and for this one it's quite simple. Eat healthy. That's it. Eat healthy. So your brain, remember that it needs proper nutrition in order for it to be able to function at its best level. So you need to incorporate some fruits, veggies, as well as whole grains, or I would say like carbohydrates in your diet. And also make sure that you're drinking as much water as you can, right? Stay hydrated at all times and avoid eating some junk food. Rather eat like fruits, veggies, carbs, foods that are high in carbs, as well. It will help you to really maintain your energy levels during those long study sessions. Remember that some people actually prefer to study at night, so at night you will be able to have some of that energy for you to actually be able to really cover whatever that you wanted to cover throughout the night. Or if it's during the day and you feel like, no, you know what, I am tired, so make sure that you actually eating foods that are high in carb, that will help you maintain your energy levels, making sure that also your brain can also function at its best level. It's very much energetic at that time. It can think, it can memorize information much quickly, and also retain some information very efficiently, so that some of the information when you're studying, sometimes you really forget some things. So make sure that you are feeding your brain some things that are actually going to help it function very well. So tip number 5, which is going to be the last tip that I'm actually going to be sharing, is create a study timetable. So a very well structured timetable will help you actually be able to allocate time for each subject. As we know, like we're doing so many subjects, some people are doing 7, 8 or whatsoever number, and that will also ensure that you are able to cover all areas without having to cram or use the CPF method. Because remember, if you're focusing on one subject, for the other ones you're going to have to use CPF method, because you were not really giving your subjects or your areas of study like almost like the same time of study, or you were not really balancing them out. So you need to be focusing on all of them, and including them on a study timetable will help you see, oh, today I have to study this and that, and then tomorrow you switch to something else and focus on it and make sure that you're done with it, and then you move on to something else, so that you just don't focus on like one subject. And this will also ensure that you also include some of your study breaks to keep your mind very freshened up and very much focused. Remember that your brain, if you're studying for like an hour or 3 hours, 4 hours straight, it won't be able to retain some of the information that you're trying to study in that whole process. So rather have like 5 minutes breaks in between as you are studying. Just take a water break, just take a walk, not really like a long walk, but just take like a 5-minute walk, just to really freshen up your mind, so that your brain can also take a break, right? So those are the tips that I wanted to share with you guys, and yeah, I hope that they will be working for you guys. So yeah, do past papers, study in advance, get a tutor from us, the Geniuses Corner, eat healthy, and also make sure that you're creating a study timetable. Yeah, I believe that you guys, if you use these tips, you will be able to actually pass your exams with excellent marks and be able to ace your exams. All the best with your exams, as they are very much going to come up anytime. So yeah, bye guys.